It's about organizing, it's about coming together, it's about sowing seeds. No farmer ever harvests a crop while abandoning the field. So we can't abandon our youth.
Here we go.
We gotta empower our youth. Brother said, knowledge is self. You heard him spin them bars? Gave me a whole nother wave. But we got a youth mentor. We got a community activist. We have an author. I want y'all to give a warm welcome and round of applause for Brother Mitchell Chance. Give it up for Mitchell Chance, y'all. One of our guest speakers.
Peace, kings and queens. Appreciate everybody for coming out, man. You young guys, man, y'all did your thing, man. I'm really proud of you guys, especially the young guy, CJ Suggs, that was rapping, man. As Big as Dre said, man, we definitely got to support our youth. We got to support ourselves, period, but we definitely got to pour into our youth. But we're here today to talk about countering gentrification, right? We're dealing with that. We're talking about what's happening with Mama Atiolas and what's going on there, but we really have to understand what's going on with gentrification in order for us to counter it. Because a lot of times we are so shallow in our analysis that we don't understand how to protect ourselves from something. Now, whenever we're dealing with any kind of system, any kind of process, any kind of struggle that we're going through, you can never confuse what something does with what the goal of it is. So we look at gentrification and all we just say is, well, it's forcing us out of our neighborhoods. That's not the goal. That's something that it does, and you can't protect yourself from gentrification if you thinking the only thing it's doing is just pushing people out of their neighborhoods and you don't really dig into the crux of what it is. Anybody ever looked up gentrification to even understand what they define it as? No? Well, per their definition, gentrification is the process of renovating or improving a district to conform to middle-class taste. That's the definition. If you look it up, that's what they define it as. The process of renovating or improving a district to conform to middle-class taste. Now, we understand they always use vague, ambiguous words that are really racist, but if you don't really pay attention, you ain't going to notice it. So you just say middle class, or you see middle class, but it really mean white, because they ain't talking about no black middle class. They are talking about making sure everything where you live now has to conform to a white standard. Because, see, Atiolas, that was too black. Your block was too black. The stores that we own were too black. And if it don't conform to white standards, we got to get rid of it. So we have to really understand what they're doing with this gentrification. Another thing I hear all the time is, from folk that are ignorant in the purest sense of the word, is that gentrification is all about money. It's just about money. They buy low, they fix the house, and then they sell high. That's a total lie. Now, I live in South Philly, and if anybody is dealing with any real estate, folks are buying lots for $60,000. How low is that to buy? They're developing the house on that lot, spending about $150,000, then they're selling the house for $300,000. But with that $60,000, they could have bought a couple of acres and put a development on it. So to tell me it's about money, it ain't about money, because it's not about buying low if you're buying lots for $60,000 and $70,000. But see, this is the mind trick and how we always get caught up. If they can convince you that gentrification is only about money, they can convince you that what's happening to you is not happening because you're black. See, that's why I said we so shallow in our analysis. They begin to confuse us, and I got black people like, it's just about money. It's not about attacking black people. You fool. You so shallow in your analysis that you don't understand what they're doing. And everything that they do is always about disunity. It's always about disrupting the unity that we have, because the unity is what empowers us. So what happens when they begin to gentrify a certain area? They gentrify South Philly and folks get scattered. They push us out to some counties, and some of the folk from my block move to Sharon Hill. And some of the folk from my block, they move to Upper Darby. And some of the folk from my block, they move to Delaware. And you know what they do? They got us spread out all over the place. We have no kind of political power. We have no kind of harmony, because we didn't grow up with the new people that we live on the all about money. And now they have destroyed any chance of any kind of political power. They have destroyed any chance of us having any kind of unity and harmony because they have disrupted the unity that we have, and you still thought it was all about money. So we have to get deeper in our analysis to recognize the systems of what they really are doing. Now, they change these neighborhoods, right? And then what we all start saying, they are making the neighborhood look nice though. So y'all laughing because you know it's true. Now, you done moved out of the neighborhood, you looking at this new neighborhood, and now your mind is conforming to the white middle class taste and you ain't even notice it. Now you're looking back at your own neighborhood with this new look saying, well, that's what a nice neighborhood looks like. That's what the kind of neighborhood I need to be in. Oh, that neighborhood got a town watch. I need a neighborhood that's like that. Those people act this certain way. I need to be like them. And they done turned you to a Negro peon, all from gentrification, but you thought it was just about money. So we got to get deep into our analysis, but then we also have to get deep into our answers and our solutions to our problems. But listen here, black people, and understand this really clear. Every solution is going to take sacrifice and being uncomfortable. It's going to be some part of the revolution that has to be uncomfortable for you. So I got folks from South Philly who are upset, and they're trying to figure out how we can save South Philly. And then they get mad at me when I say, I don't give a damn about no South Philly. You know? I don't have no loyalty to South Philly. My loyalty is to be in a community that's owned, controlled, and operated by African people, for African people, that's protecting African people. I don't give a damn about saving South Philly. So now, I don't know this for a 100% fact, but common sense will tell me the way they are flooding our communities, they had to meet somewhere.
That's right.
You ain't gonna tell me 1,000 people moved into a single neighborhood by chance. Ain't nobody talked to nobody. The same way white flight happened before. They got together and then they left. And see, we always end up wherever we end up. But now it's time for black flight. You want to counter gentrification? Say, you can have whatever part of the city. We gonna move here. Keyword, we, not me. Now I'm gonna move over here. No, all of us, we're gonna choose a section where we wanna live at, and we're gonna turn this section into Africa Town. And ain't nothing nobody can say or do about it. Now, I tell you what the folks always tell me, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't just take over a section of the city. Well, if we go to Market Street, right? And you drive and you hit 63rd Street. Between 63rd and 68th and Market, does anybody know where you are?
Milburn.
You in Milburn.
Yes, sir.
With their own police station,
yes,
they own little everything. It's just a 5-block area between 63rd and 68th. So some people decided we're not going to be a part of Philly and we're not going to be a part of Upper Darby. We're going to start Milburn. But you'll think so little of your people that we can't take a 5 or a 10 or a 15 block radius, call it what we want, have our own police department, have our own mayor, have our own judicial system, have everything that we need, have our own schools, have our own hospitals, but you still think gentrification was just about money.
That's right. Incorporation, baby.
This is what we have to understand. Get deeper in realizing what's really being done to you, and then counter it with what is most beneficial for us as African people. And it's going to be a little uncomfortable to say, I'm going to leave the block that I've been living on all my life. But it's going to be uncomfortable when they raise the tax so high that you got to leave anyway. So why not just find an area, y'all, that we're going to have black flight and black, I can't even think of the word right now, a black introduction to a neighborhood. We're going to introduce ourselves to a certain area. We're going to take over it. We're going to call it what we want. We're going to create our own laws, our own code of conduct, and we're going to have a black town similar to what Milburn is, but it's going to be more powerful than that because whenever we really do something, can't nothing compare to us. So that is my analysis of gentrification. I don't have a lot of time. I can go on and on, but real quickly, that's my analysis of gentrification, and that's my solution, y'all. The only way to beat it is to just let them have it, go ahead, and build something all on our own. They really doing us, they doing us a service and we don't dig it.
Yep.
We don't even dig it. They already ruffling us up. They already forcing us out. But our problem is we're not realizing that when we leave, we need to be strategic about it. The same way thousands of them are infiltrating South Philly or North Philly or West Philly, they begin to change the names. Where I live at now, it's called New Bold. I don't even know what that means. Something happened. They be like on the news in the New Bold section of the city. I said, where the hell is that at? And why the hell is it like my house in the news? I'm serious and silly, y'all. I'm sorry. So we have to be uncomfortable with that, y'all. Anybody ready to really create a town of our own? Anybody ready to create a town of our own? But if we are going to counter gentrification, who said that? Well, African independence. African independence. We're going to create our own space, and Mami Atiolas, you're going to have the first business there, and we ain't never going to kick you out. So again, my name is Mitchell Chance. You can follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at mchancespeaks, or on Facebook at Mitchell Chance Speaks, or you can go to my website, mchancespeaks.com. I have cards on me if anybody want a card. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, but I'm just a lover of everything African, unapologetically. And I'm a speaker, I don't care who is in the room, I'm going to say it like it is. I ain't going to be uncomfortable for nobody. And I don't want none of the other speakers here to be uncomfortable either. Because they ain't going to make you feel comfortable when you go into their establishments. So I ain't about to make nobody feel comfortable in mine. In fact, I want you to feel uncomfortable and look at me like I'm a problem.
That's my brother right there. That's my brother right there.
Get me up, man. What's up with you?
All right, now.